welcome to podcast, Joe.
Yo, thank
Um,
you.
so we're going to ask you couple of questions and some things relating your YouTube channel. So Edward's going to start off with a couple of questions for you.
All right.
Oh, good.
The first question: what made you do skits?
Well, I started off YouTube with gaming, and then I had a lot of problems with gaming. Like my internet wasn't always working. Some streams I used to do were very long and tiring, and there was a lot of factors that made me want to change to do comedy skits. So I started them off, and I was just seeing how they go, and they went pretty good. So I just kind of am seeing how it goes from now on.
Oh yeah. Okay, next question is
Is it frustrating doing skits?
Is that frustrating doing skits?
Yep.
Sometimes it is when you have to redo a part over and over. Sometimes, for example, like you're trying to film a specific part, then like a noise ruins it, or
yeah.
something happens that makes you
Like
redo.
so camera angles, is that a problem as well?
Well, camera angles, sometimes there's glare from the sun and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I get you.
it's sometimes about the part not playing out properly, or just you thought it'd be easier than what it is.
Yep. So, this is a major question. So, would you ever quit YouTube? Have you ever thought of quitting YouTube before?
Well, sometimes I do think it's pointless
True.
when you feel like you get over at some stage when you're not getting views or anything.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you sometimes read comments and stuff
They
like that, and you
positive
feel
comments and all that give you
and you
motivation.
feel like people actually say like, I really like your videos and they help me get through my day and stuff
Are
like
you
that. So,
are you proud of having a YouTube channel?
yes,
You don't
I
do
am.
you talk about it a lot or no? Because I know I don't talk about my YouTube channel everywhere I go.
No, I don't talk about my YouTube channel a lot, especially because I used to do gaming and not much of my friends were into it. But well, I don't really talk about it a lot, but sometimes people ask me stuff about it when they're thinking like, how much money do you make? How much this do you make? Do you like it? Do you get views? Do you get like? It's just the normal questions, but yeah.
Edward has some more questions for you. So go ahead, Edward.
So, our next question is: would you rather do gaming or skits if you had a chance? A choice.
Would I do gaming or skits?
If you had a choice to do gaming or skits, what? If you had a chance, what would you do?
That's if they both like. If I get a lot of views on both of them.
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
that.
Do
To
you
be honest, I'd
Oh,
rather.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, to be honest, I'd rather do probably skits, because although it's sometimes you might say it's easier to do because gaming you're in front of the camera for 3-4 hours, sometimes even longer, but sometimes skits is annoying as well, but it's more enjoyable with the people you're around sometimes. I mean, gaming has its benefits because you get to talk to your subs and you get to see how they're doing and how you're doing and stuff, but when you're doing skits, sometimes you see who you're doing it with, then later you can read the comments and you can answer them and you can ask people what they want next, and there's a lot of, they both have their goods and bads.
Yeah, like say gaming is it's going good in like content and in trending. So yeah.
I mean, gaming, you always have to evolve. For example,
Yeah.
a game comes out and it dies out. Like, for example, Fortnite. When that eventually dies out, you have to move over to a new game.
Yeah.
Then, for example, it's Call of Duty. Then you have to move over. I'm not really that into gaming.
And also, like, not being rude, but you're an older man, so I think not gaming suits you that much.
Yeah,
especially...
well, there is. Sorry to cut you off, but there is a lot of old people that do gaming. I mean, you can see
there
the examples of them, like all the famous Fortnite streamers and stuff. They're all like 25, 30-ish.
Yeah, I get
but
you.
Just that I'm just not that much into gaming as they are, and it's hard to get into it.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, for me, like, I usually do skits with my friends over, like, for us two, and doing that sometimes is so fun because we can talk about it, because we can plan of it, and then when we see the final project or whatever, it just looks really good and it's more fun than gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
See,
course.
what's like, or like, do you want to get big on YouTube?
Do I want to get big?
Yeah, like famous and all that.
Well, my main thing is to, for example, help people, for example, have a reason to laugh and like
Yeah, that's good.
for example, you come onto YouTube, you're sad or whatever. I want people to like when they watch the video, they leave happy in a way.
Mm,
So they enjoy the content, they leave happy.
hmm.
I
Yeah, so
mean, obviously,
you motivate them.
yeah. Obviously, sometimes you feel like it's not worth it when you don't see the comments or the views
Hmm.
there, but when you see one person saying they really like it or something like that,
Yeah.
and sometimes you look back at when you were a very small YouTuber and no one used to read your comments or something, you'll be like, at least now when I put up a video, it's at least getting a few hundred views that people are
Yeah.
watching it and they're liking it, and it's reaching some people.
See, like you're a older man. Okay, do you get many haters? Because like kids get more haters than you. But like,
I mean, when I used to do gaming, I used to get haters, and people used to get surprised at how I deal with haters. Maybe because I'm a bit
are
more
you?
mature.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, when someone tries to troll me or say something, for example, it's
Mhm.
happened to me a couple of times on my skits where
Yeah.
someone says, "You're trying to copy this person, you're trying to copy
Mhm.
this person," but I reply with something kind, and then it's funny because they end up saying, "Sorry, I didn't mean to say it this way," but you have to know how to answer people. For example, when I used to get trolled on Fortnite sometimes,
Mhm.
I'm good with dealing with it. I don't really get affected, and
Yeah.
people sometimes they get annoyed when you don't react to it. They feel like they're just wasting their time.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So Edward has more questions for you. Go ahead, Edward.
so like if you ever have, let's say, haters, like how do you deal with him? Like you said, like do they look back,
Um,
like let's say like you get bullies or something,
well, on
like
my game, there's obviously two different ways to deal with it. If you're doing gaming, you're live and you have to deal with it live. If you're
Mm.
doing skits and stuff, you have to deal with it obviously later. For
See.
example,
Yep.
when you're live, you kind of just for me personally, I know some people really get annoyed from it, and I'm not that type of person. I don't really get annoyed because I mean, I just don't find the need to get annoyed unless like it just keeps happening over and over. That's what my subs used to tell me. I'm surprised that
Mhm.
you don't get annoyed and stuff.
Mhm.
But I used to just act like it's not happening and stuff, and people would really get frustrated if they're trying to annoy me. They really can't annoy me, and they kind of feel like they're wasting their time. I mean, who
Mm.
would you rather annoy as a troll? Would you rather annoy someone that's reacting and getting angry, or someone that has no reaction and just continues playing and pretends nothing's
Reacting
happening?
and being angry.
Yeah, and for skits and stuff, like I said, some people have said, "Oh, this isn't good," or
Mhm.
"This is trying to
You're
copy someone." But
copying. Yep.
yeah, but a lot of people have said this is like good, much more than the people have said this is bad. So, for example,
See.
I just react to it
Sorry,
and
go.
say,
Sorry, I cut you off.
"Sorry, Dan, it's all good." I was just saying, "Oh, it's all good. If you don't like the content, I try my best, and that's it." And then they say, "Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Mhm.
Your content is good. I just, they kind of don't know what to say anymore."
Mhm. See, like you're a very laid back person, aren't you?
More laid back than others, yeah.
Yeah. See, like when you go live, it's hard to ignore someone on your live stream because you're live and they're gonna send many messages through. See, like as a video, you can just ignore them and don't do anything. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it's a bit easier to ignore when it's a video. Like for example, what used to happen with me is
Mhm.
people used to get annoyed. Some people get annoyed when their video gets disliked. For
Yep.
example, dislikes actually help promote your videos
Mhm.
rather than someone just clicking on your video and doing nothing. That's what I've seen on
Exactly.
YouTube. That's what I've heard. So some people used to get really annoyed. People are disliking my videos. For me, I used to say, if you hate me and you don't like the content, please dislike. You're actually helping me rather
Mhm.
than not helping me. Then what they would do, they'd actually not even dislike anymore. They'll just, they just keep watching and they don't know what to do anymore because,
Mhm. So Edward has more questions for you.
so if let's say someone starts a new YouTube channel and they want to do skits, what advice would you give them?
not to, for example, if you put up a skit, some of this advice I can take for myself as well. Like if you put up a skit and it doesn't do too good, or your editing's not good, or some people don't like it, obviously don't get disheartened by it. Some videos don't get you views straight away. They take a few months, then they start kicking off and they start
Yep.
getting you views.
Mhm.
So don't get like, oh, I'm not getting any views. I'm like, what's the point of this? I mean, what I found from YouTube is 99% of people out of 100% quit on YouTube after the first couple of months, and that 1% stick by it and
Exactly. Yeah.
try to do what they want to do. So
Have
obviously,
you?
not the first video is going to get you 100,000
Mhm.
views, or the first couple. So it's going to take some time.
Do you edit your own videos?
Yes, I do.
What on?
I'm trying. Well, I had this at the start when I was doing it by myself. I had this video merger app, and I still have it, but sometimes it doesn't merge them properly.
Yep.
But I recently downloaded iMovie, and I'm just
iMovie
trying
is
to
really
use
good.
that and see how that works. Sometimes it does get frustrating editing and stuff, but
I see your thumbnails. Like, where do you make those thumbnails on?
I just go on a random website. I just put up I'll like search up on Google or something, edit a photo. Then I just put up the photo, put up some wordings on it, and
Yeah.
try and make it look like a video that I would want to click on.
Yep. Have you ever died out on YouTube?
What
Have
do you
you
mean by
ever
that?
like you went live and no one went on it, like for like consistently, because you haven't uploaded in a
Well,
while or anything?
We started using Google Ads
well,
to get
do
the
you
message
mean
out
like
to
I've played, for example, gaming and no one's been watching?
Yeah.
For example, that used to happen a couple times when I was a bit smaller as a YouTuber. Like for example, I used to sometimes stream when I was like really new, when I was like a few months in, and
Yep.
sometimes I used to get 12 viewers, which was a lot to me, and sometimes I used to get it goes down to 3, 4, 2, 1 of the
Yeah.
loyal viewers, and then sometimes it used to go down to nothing. I'll be like, why am I even streaming for? Like, wasting time. Sometimes I don't even feel like playing the game, but
And sometimes, like, you think, like, I'm not getting any money, I'm not getting anything, and why am I streaming for? To be honest.
exactly. That's why you kind of have to do what everyone says, what you like and what you're passionate about, what you enjoy. So if you do that, it's much easier to kind of want to do it more rather than forcing something.
I think Edward wants to ask some burning questions right now. So go ahead, Edward.
So, let's say something. Well, I keep saying let's say. I'm sorry, but when people get hate on their like channel, what would you tell them like to do? Like, would you tell them to ignore them or say something?
Well, everyone has a different way of replying, I feel like.
Exactly.
For example, I wouldn't
I'll be
obviously
back.
encourage you to.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I wouldn't kind of encourage you to like react to it and say,
Yeah.
oh, like, why are you saying that to me? Why are you being mean to me? Or for example, they say your video sucks or something, then you go back to them and say, oh, get off my channel and your stuff sucks, because that would want to make them annoy you even more.
Yep.
And other than that, it's kind of not nice as well. Everyone's entitled to opinion. I know some people can be rude and trolls and stuff, but what I usually do is I say thanks for watching. Sorry you didn't enjoy the content, or sometimes I just ignore it.
Yeah.
So
See,
it
it
all
really
just depends.
depends on their attitude as a person.
Yeah, but I'll just encourage someone not to go and say, "Oh, get off my channel," or like, "Oh, good for you," or like whatever. Because there's something, for example, someone enjoys it, and someone doesn't. Like that's, for example, with sports, I enjoy soccer, someone doesn't. I enjoy football, someone doesn't. I enjoy basketball, someone doesn't.
So, Edward, do you have any questions for Joe?
Nope, I think that's all we have now.
I got one question.
Okay.
What's your hobby other than YouTube?
Sometimes I do play PlayStation, not as much as I used to, but sometimes I do watch basketball and stuff like that. Just
Are
hang
you a
around
big
with
fan of
friends.
wrestling?
I used to be a much bigger fan of wrestling than I am now.
Yeah. All right. I think
when I
that's
was
it for the.
younger-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying when I was younger, I used to be a much bigger fan of wrestling than I am now.
Did you watch the Conor McGregor fight, the UFC and Conor McGregor versus Cowboy fight?
Yeah. Well, by wrestling, I assume you mean WWE and stuff like that, pro wrestling.
Yep.
it's obviously a bit different than UFC. UFC, I'm
Yeah.
kind of more into than WWE
Same
now.
as me. Same as me. Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch the McGregor fight. Yeah, I did.
Okay, I think that's it for the podcast. Thanks for coming on and replying to your email. Other than that, we are going to leave and have a good night.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for having me.
Goodbye. Thank you, Joe.
Respect the
Goodbye,
drip.
thanks.